This young man's career started in 2014. We knew him from Rhythm Inside in Eurovision, and he represented his home country, Belgium. He's never looked back because this is Loïc Notet. He went on the following year to win Stars in Their Eyes in France. And The World is Stoned by Cyndi Lauper was the song that captivated the whole audience, as you're going to see. And the world, to make him stand out from other young performers, male performers, and make him one of the most sensational male performers being quoted in the world today. That's whom Loïc Notet is. If you haven't heard of him, I've done a reaction or two to him already on my channel, but his fans came back and they said, you still didn't do The World is Stoned. So I'm always going back with this young man instead of forward. With his 2019 album Candy, I think, the title track of that. And I've got so many songs and artists in my head that I'm going back in my head at the moment. I think I did even his song from his 2017 Self-Ocracy album as well. I'd have to double check my that, but I've done a couple anyway, and this is going to be added to the list. He's simply sensational. There's nothing more I can say except that Rhythm Inside launched him, as in propelling him to a Eurovision song. Even though he was overall number 4, he went on to top the charts in over several countries outside, Russia being one of them, which is a vast country when you think when it comes to record sales. And then his home country, I think France, Lithuania, Netherlands, Holland, all of that. So when it comes to having an established career, he's already done it. He's one of the best dancers, performers, songwriters of this era. He truly is. And I don't feel in this world we get enough of what Loïc Notet can offer. But one thing I can do is propel him on my channel to say that there's very few in the genre of this young man, in the pop world that exists, somebody who has vocals like him. He not only did the Cyndi Lauper song, The World is Stoned, justice, he smashed it to pieces and he made it his own. That's what the fans are saying. This is my first time reacting, and I am looking forward to he has that osmosis effect where you sit and his vocals just resonate inside you, and you just go at the end, wow. You can already see the start when he walks onto the stage of a very excited audience. And this was the song, I think, that just won the series for him. He is a phenomenon. I hope, is writing another album and coming out. He did, I think, around 2018, a world tour, UK, other countries, and it sold out very, very quickly. Why haven't you heard of him? Why does his concerts sell out so quickly? Whom is this Belgium wonder that CC is saying is one of the best male performers in the world today? Take a listen and you'll find out.
The word is done. It's not trick off the line and hard on the soul. Stone, the word is done. Go to the church and hard on the soul. In the gray of the street, underneath
Yes, 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 yes. Isn't he a phenomenon? Do you know what? I don't know why. It's one of the few times I well up when I see performances that are just, and not much, but just emotionally charged, dramatic, epic in the performance, and the delivery just hits you and goes all the way down into your soul, and you just feel, good God, he is phenomenal. I do get overwhelmed sometimes and just think, my ears are burning me. That's eargasmic to the ears, that voice, his performance, and he's so genteel and grounded, and his smile is everything. Okay, he's a good looking guy. Okay, he can write his own songs. Okay, he's hugely talented. But you've got to back up that lyrical skills and performances with a voice. And so when you consider the whole package, he has it all, doesn't he? I just find him phenomenal. Let's go into the lyrics themselves. And as I said, The World is Stone was sung by the American singer Cyndi Lauper. The English version is based on the French song Le Monde est Stone in 1978, which was part of the Starmania musical and has been most notably associated with Fabienne Thibault, Marie Carmen, Celine Dion, Morane, and I argue this, since this is old research, now Loïc Notet. The song was composed by Michael Berger, and the original French lyrics were by Luc Palamondon, and the English lyrics were written by Tim Rice. Tim Rice, the famous English writer with Andrew Lloyd Webber, who produced Chess and launched many a career. Although this single was not released in the United States, it was a hit in several European countries, especially in France, where it reached number 2, stayed in the top 5 for 3 months, and totaled 31 weeks in the top 50. On the single on the B-side is a song called Learn to Live Alone, which is featured on the soundtrack to the English version of Starmania Tycoon. So that is your information behind the song itself. And do we need to go into the lyrics? I'm here going, I'm still overwhelmed. It's like, oh, Loïc, you do this to me all the time. So what I'm going to do is, because it's all live, everybody, I'm just going to go back a little bit, and we're going to have the lyrics. Oh, I have to say, I feel great now. Do you know, I needed to hear something, and that just made me feel wow today, just alive. So anyway, we go to the verse 1. Stone, it begins. Stone, the world is stone. It's no trick of the light, it's hard on the soul. And it continues. Stone, the world is stone, cold to the touch and hard on the soul. In the grey of the skies, in the neon unknown, I look for a sign that I'm not on my own, that I'm not here alone. I think it's a common theme through a lot of songs that are written, and a lot of songs, and maybe for Cyndi not to have released it in America, maybe she was going through her own turmoil at the time. I don't know. She's a fabulous son. She's always been a happy, as far as I'm concerned, a happy-go-lucky person who's gone through a lot, but at the same time is extraordinarily grateful to her loyal fans that 30 years later still idolize her. And every year, I'd say, people who pick up on her music adore her. In homage to Loïc Notet, and today I'm going to attach a Cyndi Lauper epic song. What is it? Well, you'll have to go search for it. You'll have to subscribe and look for it. But it'll be attached to this video for you to savor as well. I think the two, Loïc and her, should come together, and I'm going to do that. I think when it comes to the lyrics, we all have, stone represents the person, the other person, that you can't get through. There's this stone feeling of non-existence, and you're just not getting messages back that anything is happening here. It's the unknown. You're left Is it going to happen? Is it not? Does this person feel for me? Do I feel for them? And that's why it says in the grey of the streets, it's like walking around in circles. You're just walking aimlessly through a dark cloud. Everything is dark because you don't know what's happening. There's no response here. And it says here at the end that I'm not on my own, that I'm not here alone. So it continues as the still of the night and the choke of the air. The choke of the air would be, do you understand, when you're breathing properly, when everything is going well, we're all sigh of relief. But when things are emotionally tense, when things mentally drain you, your windpipes, your throat, everything just chokes up and you just go, you're in despair and you can hardly breathe. You almost take panic attacks. And it continues, the winner's delight and the loser's despair. So you feel like the loser and you feel the other person who's like stone is the winner. They're just carrying on with their lives normal, leaving you affected while they are unaffected. So it continues, closes in left and right. I would love not to care. That's if you didn't have a heart. But we've all got hearts, so we do care about what a person we're with thinks of us, or a person we like thinks of us, or a person we've had physical contact with and a relationship with really feels when they're with you physically. Because it's all connected. All our senses are connected. The listening, the hearing. They always say what the eye sees, the heart feels. What you hear or don't hear affects the heart. It all affects the heart, and that's what keeps us alive. We respond with our senses, and if we're not getting anything, it's like the song, "The world is stone." The whole world just seems empty and void of life because you're in that dark place. So it continues through the halls of the rich and the flats of the poor. Wherever I go, there's no warmth anymore. There's no love anymore. So I turn on my heels. I'm declining the fall. I've had all that I can take with my back to the wall. Tell the world I'm not in. I'm not taking the call. So it's very poetic when it says, so I turn on my heels. I'm declining the fall. In other words, I'm not going to be on flat ground. I'm going to rise above it. It's that symbolism in heels, which is very cleverly done. And I'm not going to fall in the heels that I walk in. I'm going to rise above it. So this is very much from the female perspective, this song, when it mentions that, because few guys put on heels. And it's more emotionally charged. I'm not saying guys' songs can't be emotionally charged, but when you put on the heel and I'm declining the fall, I've got my back to the wall. The back to the wall situation is support. I'm supporting myself here. Tell the world I'm not in. I'm not taking the call. It's all what we do. It's the emotional body and mind shutting down, shutting down, shutting down. And it finishes, stone. The world is stone. And that's how you see it when you're heartbroken, when your whole life has crashed around you. But I saw it once with stars in my eyes. Don't we all? When we meet somebody, it's like, oh, wow, it's happened at last. And then with each colour rang out in a thunderous chrome. And that would be a relationship that had tension, and the other person was like, oh, you're too needy, too wanty. I want you, but I just want you casually. I don't want to fall in love with you. Then rows broke out because it's a thunderous chrome, symbolic of vocal shouts and despair. And then it says, it's no trick of the light. I can't find my way home in a world made of stone. But it's a song that depicts, and I have to say this to finish, it just depicts what a lot of people are in. And after COVID and after money being tighter than it ever was, and we're worried about electricity bills at the moment and paying, we're in a world that is, and I feel the politicians are to blame. They should have prepared for this a long time ago, but I just feel we're all feeling that at the moment. So if you are feeling it, just remember you're not on your own. The whole world is feeling it at the moment. but we'll get through it because love, respect, and democracy is all about the people, and that's what the politicians are forgetting. And as long as we've got empathy, dignity, and a will to live, karma will come round and show us that way forward so we can see stars in our eyes once again. That I truly believe. Until the next time, thank you, Louis Notet. Thank you for such an epic performance. Thoroughly enjoyed it.